Friends, here we are. Let me turn off my bookmarks really quick. I don't know why, I just like to see more screen real estate. Thank you for joining me. This is part 3 of kind of like what I'm labeling design to dev. Designing in Figma and then developing a live web page. So again, this is the invitation. The third thing that I'm going to do now that I reviewed kind of like the creative process and then how I coded it a little bit, what I want to do on here is do an accessibility audit. It's a pretty standard basic one. It's not too in-depth and super detailed, but it gives you a lot of good information. Common errors that are made, common things that you can do to improve, simple things. Sometimes some are a little simpler than others, but we'll see that in this demo here, okay? So let's say you finish your design, you coded it, and now it's live on the web page like this, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to come to the web page, you're going to right click, go to your inspector again, and you're going to come up here. If you have your inspector on a sidebar like this, it won't show you all of these tabs, but if you have it docked to the bottom, it will show you all of the tabs. So we're going to Lighthouse, but I'm going to dock it back to the side. Okay, we're going to go to Lighthouse. So you click on these little arrows, then you scroll down to Lighthouse, click, and it's going to ask you how you want to generate this report, the mode, okay? And you can, I'm not going to do it, but you can click here to learn all the different modes, okay? I'm going to choose snapshot, I'm going to choose desktop, and then it's going to review these 4 categories of this site, okay? So we're going to click Analyze Page State, and we're going to give it a few seconds for it to do its thing. So here we have it, okay? 7 out of 7 SEO, 5 out of 5 best practices, 9 out of 10 on accessibility. Why did I get a 9 out of 10? That's how I think as a developer. And then I think about my designs, you know, too, how they impact the development of things, because very big impact there. Okay, and then performance. Ooh, that's pretty bad. Okay, so why did I get 2 out of 4 in performance? Image elements do not have an explicit height and width or width and height. If you click on this little drop down arrow down here, it gives you way more detail. Set an explicit width, or it gives you details on how to fix it. Okay, set an explicit width and height on image elements to reduce layout shifts and improve CLS. Learn more. And if you click on this, that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to tell you how to learn more about that and how to fix it. Okay, so we're going to go back here, and then it also says use the next image. See, this is even better because it tells you specifically what to do with the application that you're developing this in. So since I used Vue Nuxt.js, it's telling me a specific for it right here. Okay, so what else did I get bad on performance? Images were larger than their displayed size. Serve images that are appropriately sized to save cellular data and improve load time. Images are huge when it comes to load time, right? So we want to improve load time because once we improve these things, crawlers take that into consideration when SEO comes into play as well. So any little thing counts. Of course, there's different levels of hierarchy and prioritizing, but in my brain, if it's an easy fix, why not fix it to contribute towards a more optimized site or web page? But moving on, accessibility is the next thing that it checks. 9 out of 10. I like to get a 10 out of 10. We got a 9 out of 10. Why? Why did we get a 9 out of 10? HTML element does not have a language attribute. Okay, so this is an example of something that I know, but for others who don't know, if you are a beginning developer and you come and you do this audit and you see this and you don't know how to fix it, you have to research. And this is a little bit of a side note here, side tangent. I've been applying for UX roles, specifically like UX researcher roles, because I love to research. I love it. It's so fun. Researching is fun because you make so many discoveries, and then you can take those discoveries and communicate them to others, and you can improve things. So that's really why I like UX research. But all I was saying is, as a developer, you will have to have research skills, and you have to have a lot of patience because things break all the time and you're always fixing bugs. And when you're trying to fix something, for example, this HTML element does not have a lang attribute, you have to research how to fix it. So what I'm going to do, just for demonstration purposes again, is I'm going to say next 3 lang attribute, okay? And everybody's best friend, Stack Overflow. So Stack Overflow, I'm going to click on this one right here, excuse me, and read the question. Using config file ahead to customize, okay, 49 answers, okay? So look at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to open my project. It's open. And right here in my next config file, I am going to do this right here. Okay. So we're going to take this head, title, meta, link, paste this, head, HTML attributes, and we're going to put this in here. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to my Git. I'm going to write a message, and I'm going to say added lang attribute. Okay. And I'm going to click on this little drop down arrow, and I'm going to commit and sync. Yes. And yes. Okay. So now, please excuse my children in the background while I'm making this video. Sorry, guys. Okay. Main. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I just sent it to my Git repo. Okay. So I'm going to come over here to my repository, over here, and over here. I'm going to close this. And I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to come over here. Yeah. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm going to come over here to the project. If I come over here to commits, there's my most recent commit, added lang attribute, okay? So since this is deployed to Netlify and this commit was just committed, if I come here to Netlify and I redeploy my site, production deploys, I'm going to click on this, trigger deploy, I'm going to clear the cache and deploy the site. Okay, so what we're going to do is, while that's going, and you have to remember your server can't be on, well, not can't be, but it shouldn't be, because that I ran into some problems with deploying on Netlify when I did have the app running. Okay, okay. All right, it's done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I'm going to open this again. And we are going to test, another keyword, testing. We are going to test if what we did worked. Okay, I'm going to click on this, and we're going to click on this. Then we're going to keep everything the same, and we're going to click on this. So, in short, when you're designing, you have to make a lot of design decisions. And when you're coding, those design decisions impact the code too. And you're constantly making design decisions. Whether you're designing a visual UI or whether you're designing the structure of your HTML, designing and organizing your CSS, you're testing, you're researching. These are all parallels from dev to design and design to dev. So let's check on accessibility again. And we got an 11 out of 11 this time. So let's see. Show ARIA hidden true is not present in the document. It passed. Image elements have all attributes. It's very important. Okay. Scalable is not used. Okay. Page contains. Let's see where it says HTML has lang attributes. So the other way that we can tell that that did fix that, if we go to view page source, we can look in the source, and I think we can see the meta in here. Can we? Okay, it has, okay, line wrap. There we go. Okay, where is it? Let's see, Command F, EN. Oh, right at the top. Right there, we added it. So that, in a nutshell, is, testing your site, auditing, testing, making sure that it passes the bare minimum. This is the bare minimum. You get familiar with the Lighthouse Inspector tool, and it can at least show you, the standard baseline for performance, for accessibility, best practices, SEO. And again, this is something as a dev that if I didn't code this and I was another developer fixing or refactoring code that another developer did prior to me, this is something that I usually typically do first. And then I go and target these simple fixes. And then if there's more complicated ones, you build off of that. You could use other tools, so on and so forth. But yeah, so that's it. That's going to wrap up this series. I hope that you found it helpful. I hope that this inspires and motivates you to be in design or be in development or do both even, and become good at both, learn both, so that you can communicate with other developers, you can communicate with other designers, and we can all work as a team to get things done. Okay, so thank you again for watching, and I'm out. See you soon.